Hello everybody, this is Kenneth Marks of The Ancestor Hunt. Today we're going to be going to the state of Tennessee to take a look at their historic newspapers collection. There are 63 total publications available, and they are brought to you by the University of Tennessee and the Tennessee State Library and Archives. This site, available for your search for free, is housed by the Library of Congress Chronicling America site. So if you are familiar with using that site, you could possibly skip this video, but it's always good to take a look at the details that are available. There may be some features that you aren't aware of. So let's go to the site and take a look at how we find ancestors from the state of Tennessee. Up at the top is the URL. It is chroniclingamerica.loc.gov. This is the home page where you can search. But before we do that, let's take a look at what newspapers are indeed available from the state of Tennessee. And all we do is click on this tab that says All Digitized Newspapers, 1836 to 1922, and it shows them there. So if we click on that, we can now see a search box which allows us to select Tennessee, like so. We hit go, and up comes a listing of all 63 newspapers. As you can see on the left, it is all Tennessee. The name of the newspaper, you can browse from here. It tells you the number of issues from that particular newspaper, the earliest issue, the latest issue, and if you click on more info, you get lots of interesting information about that publication, which is handy to read and handy to know. So let's go back. And again, these are the 63 newspapers that are available that have been digitized. Now, if you want to see all of the newspapers from the state of Tennessee, whether they are digitized or not, we go over to this box here that says U.S. Newspaper Directory, 1690 to present, and we select Tennessee. There we go. And then we hit search. And as you can see, there are 2,746 newspapers just from the state of Tennessee, of which 63 of them have been digitized. So there's a lot more to go and a lot more to search, hopefully, in the future. So let's go back to our home page. And there we go. If we want to search from the state of Tennessee, the first thing we do, if we search from the home page, is you always select the state, and then you can search there. There is an advanced search feature, which I always prefer, so let's go there first. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to select Tennessee. There we go. And as you can see, you have the ability to do a date range search by year or by a specific date range. You can limit your search to only front page selections or a specific page. If you want to look at page 3 for everything in Tennessee, you can do that. You can limit it to a certain language. In this case, you've got 3 options: English, French, and Spanish. We'll leave it at all. You can enter the search with any of the words, all of the words, or a specific phrase. And lastly, you have the ability to do a proximity search. So you would put in 2 words here, and it will look for those words within 5 words of each other, 10, 50, or 100. And that is sometimes useful. But we're going to do a fairly simple search right now. We're going to enter a surname, and that surname is going to be Braun, B-R-A-U-N. And all we do is hit search. And what it'll do is it'll bring up the search results. I have chosen to show all the pages, not just front pages, as you can see here. I can sort that by relevance, state, title, or date, and I always like to see relevance. And finally, I can do 20 results per page or 50. And as you can see, these are the pages with the search term highlighted in pink. And there's, we scroll down, you can see there are 20 of them. So sometimes just having just this small thumbnail, even with just the small pink highlight, is enough to assist you in choosing what you want to look at first. So let's just pick one that only has 1 in it, and that's from the Public Ledger from 1874. All we do is click on the thumbnail, and up comes the image. As you can see, this is the highlighted term. It'll say Braun, once we zoom a bit. And the way you do that is you just hit plus. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can go home, you can switch from this is page 3 to page 2, page 1, or page 4. You can scroll through with these arrows. You can scroll through different issues. So you could look at a previous issue, which might be July 12th if it's a daily newspaper, or if it's a weekly, it would be July 6th. And again, you can browse through this way. So first of all, let's zoom in. And there's the article there with Jake Braun. And what we can do now is if we wanted to actually save that article, and we're just going to pretend that this is an entire article for now, you could go to your snipping tool on your computer, and you could save it by just drawing a box around it, like so. And then what you would do is you would save that on your computer. You would change the file name to be representative of the article and include the information up here that says Public Ledger and the date and the page number in the file name. That's what I usually do. That way I do not have to go back and do another search to find this original source citation. So that's handy to do. The other thing you can do if you do not wish the highlights is you can always download it as a PDF. And that's what I usually do with this particular site. And we just click on the PDF link, and it's loading now, as you can see, and up comes the entire page. You have the ability to scroll here on the right, and you have your usual PDF toolbar at the lower right. You can zoom, like so. You can print, or you can save the entire page if you choose. So, here's our representation of Jake Braun, who is our name from the search term. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom that a little bit more, and let's scroll a bit and get that a little bit more centered. And we just use our usual scroll bars here. And if I wanted to save this portion of the article, then I could use my snipping tool and draw a box around it, like so. And then I would go ahead and save the article from there. And as you notice, Jake Braun is in here, but there is no highlights, which is, again, personal preference. Some people like to save it with the highlights, some people do not. I prefer the latter. And then all you do is do File Save As, and again, you would likely change the file name to represent the article and the source information, such as the name of publication, date, and page. And that is pretty much all there is to it. Let's go back to our search results just for fun, and let's take a look at another one. Here's one from the Memphis Daily Appeal in 1876. And let's zoom that a bit. You can do that by just using your scroll wheel on your mouse if you have one of those. And we're going to move down a bit. And Mr. Braun is in here somewhere. Unfortunately, we can't see it at this particular juncture, so let's zoom back out. There we go. It's down here. So what we need to do is scroll down, and let's scroll that a bit. There we go. And then scroll down some more. We can also move the page by holding our left mouse button down and just moving it that way, like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to scroll that a bit more, like so. Now, here is a little article about Captain Braun. Again, if we wanted to save that, we'd use our snipping tool, draw a box around it, and save it from there. Or, as I showed you previously, we could just go up here and click on PDF, see the entire page, find the article, snip it from there without the highlights. There's one more thing I want to show you, and that is you can download the page in JPEG 2000 format. That is purportedly a better format than normal JPEG. However, I don't use it because there's not that much software out there that supports JPEG 2000, and I'm not interested in converting a lot of image files to and from JPEG 2000 to JPEG, for example, or other formats, but that is available to you. Hopefully in the future there will be more pieces of software that will support JPEG 2000, and that may be a better format for you to save it in, but I don't believe so at this time. So that is pretty much it, my friends. You can go back to search results here from this link, and you have all your search results, and then you can go back to your advanced search page and do another search if you wish. But again, for Tennessee, you want to click on Tennessee and your search terms and all the different options that you have, and you should be in good shape to find ancestors from the state of Tennessee. The Chronicling America site is a very nice site. I really enjoy using it. I've used it a lot over the years. And for you folks that have Tennessee ancestors, if you want to find articles about your ancestors from Tennessee, I highly encourage you to use this site, and hopefully you will be quite successful. I will leave you with my usual closing, and that is happy hunting.